And we're back. That was fast, wasn't it? So, let me ramble for a bit while I wait for everybody to get back in here. This is Angelique from the Breath of Daydreams with Society of Secretly Puuurrfect Poets. And tonight I am reading poetry from prompts that we've done over the last week. This live's prompt is going to be to a phrase. Hi, Leslie. What do you mean, what happened? Hi, Overlord. What do you mean, what happened? Did y'all not hear me say goodbye? I talked and talked forever after saying goodbye. Yes, new live. And so this is for the prompt, which was a phrase prompt, and everybody had to use this phrase in their poem. And it was pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. Overlord, can I say where we got the prompt from? Am I allowed to say that? Can I please? Hi, Tommy, welcome back. Can I explain this prompt so they can see the craziness of our promptiness? I'm waiting to find out before I do. If you like, without giving away all my secrets. I can do that. So, the Overlord and I were talking, and it was very late at night, and both of us had a headache, and both of us were feeling a little bit irritated. And hi, Ash. Hello, you frisky kitten, you yourself. And in the background of our talking was the Overlord's significant other snoring away. So as we're talking and we're coming up with the prompts, I said, pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. And that is where those words come from. Us both being irritated, having headaches, and someone snoring in the background. And me having all sorts of noise going on in mine as well. So all of the noise was like, ah! And that's where y'all's prompt came from. Bet y'all didn't realize that, huh? Overlord says, and my Great Dane snoring in sync. Yeah, so that is where that prompt came from. And we had a couple of entries for it. And the first one is Nashabella, the beautiful owl. And so I think what we'll do is we'll read Nashabella's entry, and then we will do another secret word. But so they had to qualify for this prompt, all the poets had to use that line. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. Complete. They could not break it up. It had to be used in the poem, not as a title. And it had to include 20 lines. It had to be at least 20 lines. If they wanted the golden ticket, they had to do it with at least 20 lines, but make it an onomatopoeia poem about what the poem is. So it was done. So this is exciting. And Leslie's prompt, Leslie's entry is beautiful. Absolutely exquisite. And she calls it Transcendence. Transcendence by Nashabella. I know, Ash, and this would have been a great prompt for you. Onomatopoeia. What? So, Leslie, Transcendence. I see the sea moisten the stars with its tears tonight, as I think of the day your soul transcended from my womb. My limitations aren't enough as I search for you in the firmament. I cradle my heart, for I know the sun will no longer warm these empty arms. that wish to hold your essence. The wind is now your cries that tremulously tell me the only thing left is me. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity as I realize I am abandoned. Reality is a murky dream, a vestige of a boat with no sails, providing life to creatures not my own. I am now someone else, a pebble blasted into sand by the merciless waves. I am now without you, and the pain has traveled innumerable times in my veins as I seek your smile in the beauty of the dark. I am now bitterness turned into sublime acceptance, for I know I will love and teach you again in every child I meet in this life. Yes, my sails, my everything, my flight, my being. I will immerse you in everything I have sequestered for so long since you transcended my womb. That is such a raw, telling, introspective, painful verse of acceptance that so many people have to go through and so many women and men have to silently deal with, because we are not a society that allows such things to be spoken aloud, really. Tommy says, gorgeous. Ash says, wow, wow, wow. Hugs. Um, and that loss of life is really scarring to many women and men, but especially the women that carry the child within them, feeling it grow, feeling all of that. And I think that you explain this so well. You describe that murky sort of um, despondency that occurs, but also the beautiful elevation of not letting that bitterness and that pain override you, where in the end you say, I will love and teach you again in every child I meet in this life. And I know you're a teacher. um, that my sails, my everything, my flight, my being, I will immerse you in everything I have sequestered for so long since you have transcended from my womb. That is, well, to me, that's one of the definitions of love. That's a beautiful, pure example of love. Um, and I think it's a gorgeous example of what teaching is, and what giving to children are. Really beautiful, Leslie. Thank you for letting us read that and trusting us with it. And Leslie says, thank you for reading with such kindness. Oh, how could I not? And Casper says, brilliantly done. Yeah, brilliantly done. And we appreciate you sharing this aspect of yourself with us and sharing it for other people who are going through it, to know they're not alone. Anytime that I'm gifted to be able to read something like this, trusted to be able to read something like this, I know that it is a true, true, true gift, uh, to have that kind of trust. And we just want to honor it. So thank you so much. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I am always so very just amazed by people who are able to sit down and spill their soul onto the paper like that. I think that is a remarkable gift. And it's just, and then not just spill it on paper, but then share it with the world after doing so. I think that takes a remarkable amount of self-confidence and strength, and often people who are doing it don't see themselves as confident or strong, but you're putting yourself on display, and I think that is incredible. Ash says, I would have embraced a piece like this in my 30s. You surely gift this, Leslie. Exactly, Ash. Exactly. And Overlord says, beautiful honesty and raw truth, Leslie. Very much so. It is just beautiful. So thank you so, so much. I really don't want to follow with this next piece. I did not come up with the title that I'm allowed to use. The Overlord says, I cannot use this title. You want to give me a title, Overlord? Because this is my title. If I put it up on my page, this is the title I'll put it up as. But what title shall I be putting it up as on the society page? Untitled. Overlord's like, from the breath of daydreams. Nothing. Casper says, I'll watch back later, mad at myself for missing the alien right. Oh, well, stay. You don't have to go. No, I can if I want. Oh, yay. But first, we're going to do a secret word. Don't go, Casper. You're getting your second word now. So the second word for the prompt that you must write to, and there's 4, a 16-line poem of anything that uses the 4 words just to be the prompt. Or if you want to get the golden ticket, you have to write 30 lines that are a letter, a love letter to your favorite monster. And the second word is da 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 da. The Overlord says it came up on their phone like it was like I was saying it to them. That is the second word. That is the second word. And if you are watching this back and want to get the second word, you have to send the word maybe to vjhd.writer on Instagram. Maybe. Maybe I was. Maybe I was, Overlord. And so that is the word. Don't forget to delete them, Overlord. And this is Shut the F Up by me. Which that just kind of cracks me up that you thought I was telling you to shut the F up. If I was telling you to shut the F up, Overlord, I wouldn't say F. If I got to that part, I would actually say the word. But yes, shut the F up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I get a golden ticket for onomatopoeing it. So, shut the F up. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. The whir-whir buzz of clatter-clatter-boom, railroad screaming and a screeching just to zoom, the rat-a-tat-a-tat of a beat just out of sync. Let's not forget the wheeze of lights that dare me not to think. Mechanics always grinding, playing too hard with their toys. The high-pitched wail is maddening. It goes beyond what's thought as noise. Then there's just all that bass, just a booming in disgrace, out of rhythm, out of phase, leaves me hangry in a haze. I'd like to take the hammers knocking and jack them up with extra caulking, pound them with some Morse that's knocking, decapitate all their balking, baking, barking. Did I mention dogs aplenty? Always woofing and a howling, growling madly, standing sentry. It goes on without concession, resulting in a lack of all connectivity, pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. That's mine. And next, we have the Overlord. Tommy says, nice one. Thank you. Next, we have the Overlord, and the Overlord's is called, Can I Close My Eyes? Can I close my eyes? Careful deliberation continues. Oh, I guess I should give your name, not just the Overlord, huh? The Overlord, or at vjhd.writer on Instagram. At vjhd.writer on Instagram. I don't think I used hangry, Leslie. I think I just misspoke when I was reading. I'm pretty sure I just misspoke. Did I say hangry? I don't usually say hangry unless I'm being a smartass to someone. Where would hangry be? Yeah, I just misspoke. Leaves me angry in a haze. Ashes, though it shan't be spoken of, never be spoken of. Thank you. And so now we have vjhd.writer. Can I close my eyes? Careful deliberation continues silently as I keep my distance amongst thieves and anxiety. Can I close my eyes? Will the narrative change if I don't see the fires? Let the world rampage whilst I hide in plain sight, living free in chains. I don't need the fight. Don't want to see the remains or the debris they make. Beauty in the simplest ways, birds singing amongst polluted airs. Can I close my eyes? Will I be safe in the dark if I shrink down in size? Let the world embark on a mission to destroy. I would rather light the spark, start a movement in joy, be up with the larks, my space to enjoy. Predilection towards compassion, yet wary of the eyes in the dark. Can I close my eyes? What difference can I make if I don't want to live the lies? It's all too much to take. I'll venture where I'm needed, show kindness as I go. My peace will not be cheated. Chaos is all they seem to know. History as we know, repeated. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. Can I close my eyes? Will it drown out the seconds, filling up the skies? Pounding, thumping, rebounds, dinging, dinging sighs, clash, crash, bang, stomping, chomping, chatter, snoring loudly. Dang, do I even matter? Poetry falls amongst the day to day, quietly musing from my corner of the world. You used that Tonka prompt and Onomatopoeia. I like the way you divided each of the longer stanzas up with the couplets. I wonder what they read like just by themselves. Careful deliberation continues silently as I keep my distance amongst thieves and anxiety. Beauty in the simplest ways, birds singing amongst polluted airs, predilection towards compassion, yet wary of the eyes in the dark. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. Poetry falls amongst the day-to-day, quietly musing from my corner of the world. I had to see what that would be like. Tommy says, wonderful, right, Overlord? And VJ Overlord says, yes, I was still rolling in my head. And Ash says, oh, hear the strength, hear the strength. Very good. Yes, I like that. And like I said, my favorite part of it is the way that you divided it with the refrains. And then at that end, you build it up as you go about your pondering, and then you hit it with the onomatopoeia. Um, beautifully done. Beautifully done. And next, we have at TM DeSaro. At TM DeSaro. And this is called objectivity. Objectivity. Pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity. A proclivity for misery to bolster aspects of my history. No matter what the source, the course is crooked from the start. My beating heart remains to tell the tales I bleed on cue, drinking to these ghosts I toast with memories misconstrued. Repulsing what is needed comes so easy when we weep. The secrets that we keep are safe beyond the walls of sleep. Counting sheep like promises to get lost in fields of worry, to start again as we pretend repeat familiar stories. Irritation pounding out background noises, drones with love's despondence, as noisy objectivity clouds my perspective with redundance. Like sacred words sound so absurd when walking in the sky, we think we are, and so it is, and life is flying by. In days far flung like doors we closed or open on a whim, we swim against the tides, confined with strangers we despise. Realizing nothing is the sum of all your loss, hoarding tender mercies, rings of brass you never tossed. Now racing ever forward, using wax to fix our wings, we disregard the sun and gravitate toward stranger things. Drawing maps in mud, they wash away as time forgets. Can't remember life beyond the source of our regrets. Pounding irritation, noisily drones, or background din. Despondent in my soul, objectivity wearing thin. You brought some rhyme into the middle of your lines really beautifully. And the rhyme is gorgeous in this. The rhythm, due to the assonance, is quite beautiful. Tommy says, thank you. You are welcome. Yeah, it's a gorgeous poem. Really, like Ash says, good crafted. It's one of those that you want to stop and kind of look closer. I don't have the time to look closer at it, like really break it down, but I can see where you're crossing your rhyme and half rhymes throughout the end and the middle of each of your lines, and that really made it flow beautifully, as did the syllable counts that you used. It has a very lyrical rhythm to it. That is quite wonderful to read. BJHD says, yes, gorgeous rhythm, Tommy. I can see that you played with your words differently on this one, and I would call it a success for sure, for sure. You should do this more often. This was great. And I also liked at the end the play with the prompt. Instead of saying pounding irritation drones noisily in the background of my despondent objectivity, you said pounding irritation, noisy drones or background din, D-I-N. despondent in my soul, objectivity, wearing thin. I like the mix up of that. It's close enough to being a repetitive or a refrain that you think it is, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, no, he mixed it up. And I like that playfulness in the mix up. It's one of my favorite things to do. So that was fun. And I like the word din, D-I-N. Leslie says, amazing, Tommy. So yes, very, very nice. And that is actually the last one of those prompts. We didn't have many people do these prompts this week. So what we're going to do is, once again, I think we'll give a third word. We'll give the third word, and then we are going to come back for some pieces that some of the forms that we've missed due to the classroom mix-up that's went on, and a couple of pieces that were turned in that we did not get in our, that were turned in slightly late and we didn't get them in our folder or something from the society. We're going to read those in a bit. So, what is the third word for the secret prompt? 3 of 4. You must write a 16-line poem using the 4 words to get in. That is the third word. And if you want your golden ticket, you have to write a 30-line poem that is a love letter to your favorite monster. A love letter to your favorite monster. And so if you are watching the replay and you want to get this third word, you have to message vjhd.writer the word remorse with the other 3 words that you will find scattered throughout the 3 videos that are occurring tonight. So, remorse. And I will give y'all a minute to write that down before I say goodbye and start up the next video. And I'd like to thank everybody who wrote to tonight's prompt. I know sometimes these line prompts, because it forces you to work an entire line into a poem, can be more challenging. And so anytime somebody does do it, I think that's pretty amazing. And it's always a thrill to see what people are going to come up with, because inevitably, as you saw tonight, every single person come up with something completely different using the same line and the same words. And I really like that about the way the members of the society do with our prompts, because so often when I go out and I'm reading prompts, I'm reading the same poems over and over again. It seems like everybody uses the same lines and the same subjects, and that doesn't seem to happen when these prompts are done. And that's exciting, because you never know what you're going to get. And I really like that a lot. That gives me a little thrill each time I read them. So thank you guys. Tommy says, thank you. You are welcome. And so with that, I'm going to say good night. For this video, we have one more live for tonight, and I'm going to wait a second so that y'all can see that I'm saying good night, and then I will be right back. So the music that does not exist yet, I need my own music. Somebody must come up with the perfect Angelique song. What is the Angelique song? Oh, I guess I could sing the society song. Da 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 da, ba ba ba, and that's it. We're going.